Conversations for Self. My name is Simona, and here is where I share my experience with healing heartbreak and emotional trauma. If you like the content here, I ask that you hit subscribe, you share, and that you hit like so that you can continue getting these videos delivered directly to you. And today I want to talk about rejection. I recently had a conversation with someone who recently was broken up with by their then significant other. And this person had a difficult time coping with the breakup. And it was, that's typical for, for breakups, that you initially have a difficult time with it. But this person also internalized the rejection. And I've definitely been there where I have internalized the rejection. And that comes from, again, just having unhealed emotional trauma. And it all stems back to, our childhood and then sometimes our early adulthood. And it is the program that we have been written with subconsciously, that we're somehow not worthy. Somewhere, someone, some people, several people have told us that we're not worthy. If we don't meet certain criteria, we're not good enough. If we don't meet certain criteria, we're not good enough. If we don't look a certain way, dress a certain way, speak a certain way, if we don't carry ourselves a certain way, have a certain list of accomplishments, a certain job. Again, we're constantly bombarded with not being good enough, including in advertisement, when it comes to beauty products, when it comes to health, when it comes to wealth, when it comes to just everyday life. We are constantly being told that we are not good enough. So that is what we internalize, and that's what we ultimately believe about ourselves, because that is what we constantly hear. I talk about conversations for self. The most important conversation that you can have, of course, is that conversation for yourself. You go with you wherever you are. You talk, you mentally conversate with yourself all day long. You mentally go over scenarios in your own mind all day long. And the thing that needs to be done is the reprogramming. And the reprogramming of the subconscious, in order to reprogram the subconscious, we have to rewrite the program, just as we learned it. And we learned certain things through repetition. Again, hearing that we are not good enough, hearing that we are not worthy. So with those words, we have to then have the conversation with self that we are good enough, we are worthy. Who gets to decide how what your worth is? Who gets to decide what your value is? Who else? Who has the right? Who has the authority to tell you who you should be, or what you should look like, what you should sound like, what accomplishments you should have? What rejection has more to do with how you feel about yourself than how the other person feels about you. Healing emotional trauma, healing heartbreak, again, it involves rewriting the program in your mind. And you always have the well-intended friend who says, think happy thoughts. But it's more than just thinking happy thoughts. It is giving yourself positive affirmations, positive compliments, giving that to yourself all day, every day. Whenever you feel yourself downing yourself, make sure you fix that immediately. And when you think, oh man, like everybody always leaves, or I'm just not good. If I was 6 feet tall and shaped like a model, built like a model, don't don't internalize that. Make sure that you are changing your conversation to, I am perfect the way that I am. I am perfectly perfect for myself. Now, of course, there is no perfection. We're all humans. However, we do need to be okay with being ourselves with ourselves, because at the end of the day, even if we have someone in our lives, a significant other who props us up, what happens if that person leaves by, voluntarily or by death? The song "You Are My Sunshine." So if they're your sunshine, when they leave, are you going to be in darkness? You need to be your own sunshine. You need to be your own motivation. And you need to really make sure that when you receive that rejection, that you gradually walk yourself back, reparent yourself, whichever term you want to use, back into the light, back into the positive. Rejection hurts, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it is a job or an opportunity. Rejection hurts and it sucks. Allow yourself that space. Allow yourself to grieve the loss. Grieve the loss. Don't stuff it down. Don't hide from it. Grieve it. Let it flow. Let those emotions flow. Cry. That is your heart's release valve. Cry those tears, scream those tears into a pillow, not at someone else. We're all about healthy communication and healthier programming. Grab a journal, write it out. Everything that you want to say to that person, everything that you want to say to that business, everything that you want to say to that friend, journal it. Just get it out of you, so that it's not just marinating and growing and getting even stronger. But just get it out. Grieve the loss. Grieve the no. Accept the no. Accept the no. And then once you accept the no, then again, just gradually back yourself back. Like, I am worthy. One person's opinion does not change my entire life. One point of rejection does not make me a bad person. One person's rejection doesn't make me less worthy, less valuable. One person's rejection does not make me less beautiful. One person's rejection just does not make me. And yes, rejection hurts. It hurts. It sucks. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. However, the healing part, you don't have control over the other person or making them want you, making them accept you, or the other business or the other friend. But you do have control over yourself. And what you say to yourself matters more than what anyone else says to you. Because again, you are with yourself 24/7. You carry yourself with you everywhere that you go. No matter if you go to outer space or whether you are here, feet planted firmly on the ground, earth, you go with you wherever you are. So you should be your biggest motivator, and you should be just your place, your own very, very own place of happiness and contentment and validation. Please validate yourself. It is a slow process, and it takes time. My healing journey took 3 years to complete, from healing to then practicing in the positive affirmations, the positive actions, the positive reactions, the healthier conversations for self, the healthier responses. So again, the healing is in acknowledging that the pain and the hurt is there, but then there is the rehab portion that is totally up to you and totally within your control. If you need to find a friend to get a hug, yeah, get a hug. Do not, again, just do not internalize that. Don't make someone else's opinion of you your truth. You stand firm in your own truth that you are good enough. You always have been good enough, and you will forever be good enough. You're going to be good enough for you. You're going to be good enough for your children, for your loved ones, and you're going to be good enough for the person who recognizes you and your worth just as much as you recognize your value and your worth. So you're definitely good enough. You are good enough. And you have to tell yourself, I am good enough. I am good enough. And those I am statements are definitely the foundation for healing, and definitely the foundation for a positive change and a positive mindset and a positive shift. Because once you shift your mindset, once you shift your thought patterns, then it flows outward. So a positive life flows outward, not inward. So once you get to where you yourself are positive, even in the midst of negative situations and turmoil, then everything else reflects it. Your family, your children, your job, your environment, your partner. Everything reflects the positivity that you are feeding yourself. So you are what you eat. You are what you think. You are what you believe. So make sure that you believe in yourself first. That way, when rejection comes, you'll just realize that, hey, I'm not for that person. And when you see that I am not for that person, then you will understand that there is someone that you are for, and there is someone who is for you. There is a job that is for you. There is, a job that will accept you. There are friends that will accept you and that are for you. So again, rejection just means that we don't fit. And with too little clothes or too little shoes, even too big shoes, you don't want to walk in those, because it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable either squeezing your foot into a too small shoe that doesn't fit you, or squeezing or trying to slide your feet all day without tripping up and without being clumsy with a shoe that's too big. So you want to make sure that it's a fit for you. And, if it's not, that is okay. That is absolutely okay for you to not be everyone's cup of tea. I personally don't want to be everyone's cup of tea. I'm okay being my own cup of tea. And then whoever slides in beside me and enjoys my cup of tea, then that will be who I enjoy my cup of tea with. And I'm sure that I will enjoy their cup of tea. So, and that will be my cup of tea. Same, again, for relationships, friendships, jobs. Rejection hurts, but it doesn't define you. And it is that self-love and it is that emotional healing that is very necessary. And of course, as I always say in closing, that self-love, again, emotional healing, and definitely a relationship with God are all very, very necessary for a happy, full, successful, abundant, blissful, better than your wildest dream life.